What's up, everybody? This is my lunch break cancer talk and life stuff in general. In today's talk, man, I had it all figured out earlier again. Never fails. I want to talk about maybe treatment a little bit. Um, Going through treatment and the side effects. Hold on. Treatment and side effects. And I want to say just stuff about that, I guess. So yesterday I went in for a CT scan. It was, nothing big about CT scans, or nothing other than super major. But every time I haven't got the results back from it, I did get every time I do go in for the CT scan, I ask for a video, or not a video, but I ask for the CT scan itself, a copy of it. Maybe one day I'll figure it out and be able to understand my own scans. Overall, I'll hear back from it in a couple days, but it's just part of the process. But lately, going through the capacetibine, what I noticed with that is, of course, the hand thing, which I showed you many times, which now, if you notice, everything looks fine. I will say this, the other day about, cleaning up or doing mass destruction in our page. Let me see if I can find it. Page. We started redoing our master bathroom, me and my pops, and when I was swinging the hammer, it really beat the crap out of it. It didn't take much, but it really hurt my hands. I felt like I had done, crazy amount of pull-ups. Is how it felt on my hands, just holding the hammer and swinging it, right? But anyway, back onto the next topic, the treatment with the capacetibine. Things that happen, for me anyway. Not everybody's going to be the same, but it doesn't necessarily give me, when you go do number 2, it doesn't necessarily give you, I want to say, you get the diarrhea and all that other crap. But it's harder. I want to say, imagine like peanut butter. Sometimes that's what it feels like, kind of all sticky and all that. Well, I want to say yesterday, I started getting pain in my, right above my belly button, right here. And for some reason, I don't know if it's a bruise or maybe I did a hernia. I think it could be both. I don't know. But it's like a knot right there. And, as people, it could be just me fidgeting and playing with it too. But it made me think about the capacetibine and what that does and all that. Now, I don't feel like that little pill, the capacetibine, sure, it kills cancer, but it will never, I don't think it will ever cure the disease. It will never fully cure it. It will always be there. So my understanding also with the capacetibine is it's just a maintenance. Well, I don't want to say it's just, but it's more of a maintenance kind of drug to help keep it under control. At least the pancreatic. Maybe other forms of cancer is different. So it made me think about things I'm doing in my life. I'm on all these different groups and so on, and what they talk about is, having the surgery done, which is basically they take out a portion of your pancreas, which I'm not a big fan of. I've had so many surgeries. I'm gonna say so many. I've had a lot of surgeries. Got cut, got bruised, broken arms, broken legs, whatever. Had a lot of that stuff. And the healing process, the one thing that I don't like is getting cut open. Don't like it at all. So wood healing and reading up on it, healing from that. So this is another nightmare. It's a feat in its own. So I'm kind of looking at my options with that too. It's like, well, copper-acetylene will hold it, but what else am I doing in my life routines and so on to help combat the situation? And some of that is mental. Staying positive all the time, not letting the cancer get stuck in my head. You know what I mean? I think that when anytime you let anything reside in your head, mentally wise, it takes up a lot of energy, all kinds of things. So that's one thing I do, is I don't keep it in my head. I'm always focused on things outside of the cancer. I mean, I do focus on the cancer, but I try not to focus on it, let it control my life. So, and with that being said, if you've seen earlier, I started reading that book, You Can't Hurt Me, by David Goggins. And I just finished with the book, and I was like, I'm like, man, I'm gonna get his next book. Already ready for the next book, which is never finished. But I could relate a lot to the book and so on. And one thing that made me think, now that I read the book, I'm like, man, I gotta meet this dude somehow or somewhere or something. I don't know why, but it's just in my head. So I started, I constantly pay attention to where, what I want to say. Anyway, I constantly look at different events and stuff like that. And I found this event that he's actually like a key speaker at. It's going to be held in Vegas. And just so happens during this week, the second week of, or third week of February, I'm going to California for a week. And I'm like, man, that's right next to Vegas. Why don't I just just jump on a plane and go to Vegas for the day and attend his keynote. And my thought process with that is what I want to be able to pull some of the energy. Like what I want to say, pulling if you've ever been to a big motivational seminar, it gets you all jazzed, all that stuff, and you kind of walk around there, after all excited, motivated. And in his first book, he's like, those things don't rely on those things, which I'm not, but anyway, I'm now on the fence of, okay, so I go to California, maybe I can meet this dude, have him sign a book or something. Not that, signatures and all that stuff really don't mean anything to me. Even, I just want to be in the presence of and see if I can absorb some of that energy. And again, some of that energy is like fighting my own battles. It's like, what could I do? What could I do with that energy? For one, is the energy worth it? And will it be what I expect it to be? In your head, when you visualize things, I don't know how to explain that, but I'm on the fence about going. Something in his book says, it doesn't matter, you don't have to go. Another thing in my head goes, I know I don't have to go, but I should go. Something's telling me I should go. Should go there to absorb the thing. Maybe I'll make some connections and learn some things about me, or I don't know how to explain it. Mentally wise, I think. Well, let's say this. I think my current state of this battle is some of it's mental. You know what I mean? Again, understanding your body and being able to emit that energy throughout your body. I don't know how to explain it. It's something I've always felt, but I wouldn't be going to that event for the event other than to make the connections and see if I can connect with this guy. Even if I just got to see the people that the energy that he brings to him, because I'm sure there's tons of people that get super excited. I mean, I get excited, but I don't really show it that much. My excitement's different than most people's. You won't see me go, oh yeah, let's go. I just sit there and absorb. So my question is, do I go to the event? Do I not go to the event? For me, again, I know it would be more mental. It's more for the mental side. It's more for seeing what I can get out of that energy, all that stuff. You know, there is another one. There's two events at that seminar that I would want to go see, and one was, and I would only go out there for the one day. It's crazy. Is it worth the money? Some people may say, I can't afford this or all that. I can't really afford to go out here. I mean, I got to buy a plane ticket from California to there. That's $50. I'm going to California to meet my wife. Long story with that, but anyway, going to hang out with her and just talk life stuff too, and just reminisce on our past. And what I want to say, I don't want to lose that time with her. You know what I mean? So this is actually taking out of that time to go do this. But I think like that mentally or anyway, all associated with it, I think it'll help my journey with the cancer, dealing with the cancer. But it ain't gonna be cheap. And I don't really have the money. But I think it's worth it. Hold on, somebody's banging at my door. So you can wait. So do I go? Do I go? Do I not go? But what I thought was, let's see, where was it at on here? Keynote, I think it was February 23rd. There was two that I wanted to see. One is hacking the brain, unlocking cognitive freedom. So when you sleep and all that stuff, like it's like digging deep into my head, digging deep into things that can control the body, stuff that they don't. Sure, when you go to the hospital and if you get any surgery, that stuff helps. But I do think a lot of mental side of it, as controlling your breathing, controlling all this different little reaching down inside of you, helps. That's just like doing yoga, or I want to try to tap something in my brain that you don't do normally. The doctors don't do this for you. This is just me personally. But anyway, one was hacking the brain, unlocking the cognitive freedom. I don't know. That's one side of it. And then the other is, me doing this keynote with David Goggins. So that's something that I'm thinking about. Thinking about doing that. And again, it's not to it's just to open my mindset, and it's one of those, it can open up avenues for more learning about myself and so on. Another one that I wanted to try to check out was Huberman, but I don't know if he's doing anything. But Huberman Lab. If you've ever watched this guy's videos, man, it's pretty. He does a lot of interviews and stuff like that too. Oh, here we go. Speaking of what I was just talking about, let's just. So I'll have to watch this episode, Mental Health and Light. But if you know, I don't know, these guys are, I think Huberman's pretty cool too, because it just opens up the mind. You know, you can see other people's perspective. They dive deep into a lot of things. And I've seen his videos before he interviewed Goggins, but never really paid much attention. I mean, I paid attention to it at the start, but, you know, I don't know. You got to hear this stuff sometimes. So, let me see if there's anything else. I had some other stuff. Oh, I started looking back at my nonprofit that I'm trying to set up. That's, for me, it's a lot of research, man. Trying to find out the direction of that. If you haven't, don't know. Oh, actually, let me go back to this about David Goggins. The one thing that, man, I love this guy for it. Hold on, is he doesn't do this. It may seem like this stuff is for him, which a lot of it is, but at the same time, he gives back. You know, like he gives back to the community, right? I'm trying to find that. Hold on, I just saw it somewhere. Let me look. What I was gonna share. Since I was researching the nonprofit stuff, one thing I looked at was PanCan, which is a nonprofit to raise cancer awareness and so on, and how much money, what do they do with their money? And that went into, I found Goggins, and one of his posts, it shared that he donated $200,000 to different charities, St. Jude being one of them, which is what I donated to. But I'm like, how can I do those things? You know, whatever I'm doing, how can I raise money for awareness and so on, and where are they putting the funds? Because I'm not out to make money with this stuff for myself. I just want to raise money for these causes. That's where the concept of it, builds for a cause, and came in, which I have to talk about that another time. But anyway, I got to get back to work. I just thought I'd do this quick video. I was going to show you where he donated all this stuff to, and same thing with, but you could look it up if you wanted to. Anyway, that's all I got. Until next time, peace. Later.